Last week, the party concluded their first scouting mission within the Tanglebriar. As they learned more about the dangers and the hazards of the area, Libbiel began taking risks by ingesting mushrooms, seeking to re-establish the psychic connection she once exploited to interrogate the rudimentary intelligence conveyed within the fungal network. Thanks to that experiment, the party found out about a strong pull, a desire for the fungus to be elsewhere, far to the west. Additionally, Vanarel's scouting skills are beginning to pierce together the structure of the pathways within the swamp, initially perceived as a spiderweb, but perhaps more accurately like the mycorrhizal network of fungal infiltration across the land. Vanarel feels he could navigate to the center of the web. The party also stumbled upon a pair of immense tree trunks on a raised hillock, being patrolled by a squad of corrupted arboreal regents, and discovered this was the site of the destruction of a pair of legendary trees during Tree Razor's initial invasion. After returning to Shalelu and the Silver Branch Sentinels, they decided to set out the next day for the source of the fungal attraction, taking the Sentinels with them to continue to provide mutual support on the multi-day journey. Near the end of the first day of travels, the source of the fungal pull is still nebulous, and while distracted trying to follow it more closely, a band of demons got the drop on the party, and we're currently about to begin round 2. But before we begin, I would like to take a moment to ask you to consider giving us a follow on Twitch, or a like and subscribe on YouTube for however you like to watch us. We're still a small, new, actual play, and every little bit of support helps immensely. Thank you. And now, into the combat, as the supporting Sentinels lay down some suppressing fire. So as we begin the end of round 1, the Sentinels, who are abstractly in the woods just off screen here, are going to shoot arrows at all the combatants, all the enemy combatants. And so you see a rain of arrows coming down from the woods, targeting all of the enemies. They will get a save against this. So arrows are coming flying in, fast and furious, from about 20 supporting archers off the map. And the damage
incoming.
Here, yep. So let's see. It looks like everyone, so one of them failed, everyone else succeeded. So let's see, the failure one was the fleeing one? Yes. So the one that was fleeing did horrible and is taking full damage. Let me show you that one. That one's off the map as you're seeing it right now. Way off the map, there was one over here that was fleeing. So that one is taking full damage. And all of the rest of them are taking half. So a small bit of damage coming in on all of these. And we'll zoom back in on the relevant portion of the map to keep things a little bit easier to follow. Up first is Libbiel, who is running a little late, so we will have Libbiel delay for the moment. Daegron.
All right, as Daegron sees this creature with 4 arms, he's going to turn back, see some of his friends being harried by one of these creatures, and he's going to let out a bellow and see if he can intimidate this one. See if we can send it off the same way as its buddy.
That is a success.
Just a regular success, but still good.
That was the one right to the north, right?
Sorry, no, the one that was right next to Dezi and
Got it.
Libbiel, to the east.
Okay.
And then as he sees that one cower back a bit from him, he is going to close the distance with this 4-armed creature to the west. Charging towards it at 15 feet, and he will make a strike with his cold iron.
That is a hit.
For 25 points of damage.
She recoils a little from that. You see steam rising from the wounds, and you see kind of a hatred expression come into her face and focused on you.
And as he strikes once, he brings the axe around in a wide arc for his second hit. 38 to hit.
That will also hit.
And we're looking at 34 points of damage.
You can tell it is, as you were expecting, doing a little bit more. That cold iron, you know it's a demon. You know this is helping out a fair bit. And you're hurting her.
Yeah, it postures, gets into her face to try to get the attention away from his friends as they deal with the swarm that's coming in on them.
And one of the swarm is up next. We'll share their artwork again at the top of the session here. So there's a number of these kind of mosquito spider imp demons. They have 8 long legs. They kind of almost like a daddy long legs with a insectoid, more wasp-like body. They seem to kind of hover over the ground as they walk, and they're vomiting out a corruption and a pollution. And you've encountered them once before. They seem like they are just part of the natural creatures here that are, I mean, they're demons, not natural, but they're part of the kind of ecosystem that is spreading the Tanglebriar and reinforcing, and just, you see them more almost as cultivators of the corruption here, rather than aggressive demons. But of course, they don't like you. They are attacking you. They've been regurgitating an acid bile all over the ground. That's all the overlapping auras here. Moving in those spaces is difficult terrain and hazardous terrain. If you move in there, you're taking acid damage. They've all used that breath. You know, it takes some time for them to recharge that. So at this point, they are not doing that as much. This one, I think, is going to spend... He's not been hit yet. It's going to spend 3 actions just spitting at people. And I think it is going to pick Dezi at the moment. I'm not going to roll randomly between Libbiel and Dezi. Just waiting for Libbiel to arrive, so sorry, Dezi. Here comes 3 caustic slurries. A 34 will miss you, it looks like. Second one, even worse. 21, and it will still try a third. It seems to have an inexhaustible supply of this acidic bile that it's vomiting at you. But it missed with all those attacks. Dezi, it is your turn.
Dezi is in kind of this area of gross acid and really does not want to be here. So I think, and Daegron's a little far forward for my reach. I'm willing to take some damage to not be in this area. So I think I'm going to move a little closer. 15.
So that's 9 points of acid damage. I know there's no type on that, so it won't do resistances properly. If you have your energy Aegis up,
I can add it back in. That's fine. Yeah. I think go right there. That gives me a pretty good angle on her as well, because I saw her cast Dominate on my friend. So Dezi looks at her and says, "Hey, Forearms, dominate this," and I'll do an Eldritch Shot. We're gonna go big or go home here, so we will do this with a maximum level holy.
You cut out there, Dezi.
Oh, sorry. Maximum level Holy Light. I'm gonna do the Eldritch Shot with that.
Okay.
Did we? That looks like a fine roll. A 42 will hit. So I'll do. Oh, I didn't click on Eldritch Shot, but I'll just click on the weapon damage as well here.
Sure.
That's a 30d6 for 116. Some of it fire, some of it spirit.
That's a lot of damage.
Hold on. Now here comes the crossbow bolt, which is in fact cold iron and holy, just because, you know, insult to injury.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. So another 28, similarly typed.
Yeah, that looks
not quite
like
dead.
That took a chunk out of her, and she is not looking happy about that at all.
I look over at Vanarel and say, "Defend me!" But that's my full turn.
Yeah, and it is Vanarel's turn. After Vanarel, we'll have Libbiel come out of delay, and I'll do something rather than go through all of the enemies. So.
All right. Well, now it is just Libbiel in that giant pool of acid. I also didn't want to be inside a half semicircle of giant demon mosquito creatures up to my ankles in acidic swamp, but here we are. First things first, I am going to redesignate my hunted prey. That 4-armed demon person was one of them, and the other is the mosquito creature that ran way off. I'm going to redesignate the one that is directly next to Libbiel, just to the north of her, and the one that is the farthest north, just outside of the acid pool. I'll pick those two as my hunted prey. Second action, I'm just going to grit my teeth. I know this is going to hurt, but I'm going to charge in through the squishy acid swamp, ankles burning a bit. as I close in on this guy to the north.
15 points of acid
yes.
damage. If you have the energy Aegis, that may still be nothing. I don't remember.
It's
Oh,
only
okay.
5.
It's only 5, so it's
I
10
did-
points. Okay.
I've done that, and now I am going to just bring the rapier in, center mass on this mosquito directly to my north now, and then just try to just uppercut the thing with the light hammer, doing the twin takedown flurry.
Okay, you
That I
have
have
2
been
hits there.
secretly-
You have a 38
okay.
and a 31, and you did roll the damage, 49 points of combined damage. So you did Hunt Prey,
The biggest
Move In,
hunt,
Flurry.
prey, charge, flurry. I am
think you have-
done there, yeah.
I think you have, no, you're hasted. You still have 1 action left, right?
I will give this thing to my north one more shot then. I just come one last puncture with Castrovel's beacon.
And a 26 will
26
miss.
though. Not gonna do it. Alright, that is me.
Okay,
And
we're
I'll
gonna,
try to play a reactive shield for Libbiel.
we're gonna bring Libbiel out of delay here. And what do I think Libbiel is going to do? Let's see.
Fly out of here first.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
on the broom, so she would not be taking the acid damage as well, so that will help. So she'll fly on out to about there, I think. That's 1 action. Libbiel is also hasted, so we'll get 3 actions here.
Also, the electric piercing one that she has.
live wire.
she
I think we'll
uses.
just try live wire with.
Yeah.
So here's a live wire coming at the demon lady. That will miss a 31. 1 action left. I will just. I don't think it's light.
This is the
though.
electricity.
Oh yes, yes. Let me put on the shield though, and it still does the electricity damage. You're right. So that is going to be 12 points. It looks like. And is there any resistance to that? No, there is not. Still alive. So that was Libbiel's turn. We are now up to one of the spider demons, and this one, I think, yeah, it's going to close on Vanarel since it thinks it can get the flank. It also seems like it's maybe a little interested in chasing after the archers in the woods, so this is kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So it's up here, it's strode in next to Vanarel. It's looking greedily at you as if you are a very tasty morsel. And let's see how its bites do against you.
Quickly regretting my decision to jump into the middle of this.
A 27 will miss. That's a critical miss against you, and it does try 1 more. And a 38 will hit
Yes, indeed.
as those fangs sink into your shoulder, and you also feel a poison begin flowing into you, and we need a fortitude save.
Oh no.
Are you using a
I
hero
see you're
point,
seeing
or
the
are you
results of
taking
your
that?
rolls now.
I really don't want to be poisoned. I think I'm just going to hero point this. I don't know if we've come across what these things actually do before, but I don't want to be the one to find out.
And you've gone from a critical fail to a critical success, so you're not going to find out what that poison does to you. That was its 3 actions. Up next is the Demon Lady. We've not shared her artwork this session, so we will share this. We have a pale-skinned, multi-armed Demon Lady with what looks like mouths in place of elbows, along with a variety of weapons, horns, muscled legs, talons a little bit here and there. Definitely a brutal-looking creature. However, at this point, more bloody than anything else, and does not look like she is having a good day. As mentioned, she did try dominating Daegron last session and failed on that. And so now, she is going to step away. And then we are going to drop a spell. Let's drop a Phantasmal Calamity. And let's see, each creature in the area. So this is going to affect her allies too, but at this point she doesn't care. She is almost dead and wants to take you all with you. So I will need a will save from all 4 of you and from multiples of her allies. Looks like 3 of her allies.
I am attacking everyone at once.
No, the evil lady is attacking everyone. You are not the evil lady.
Turntables have turned.
Oh, not today? Okay.
Yeah, she's using your copyright spell.
Oh, how dare she?
Okay, so I think we have rolled almost everything. We need a will save, it looks like, from Libbiel. Okay, Libbiel, you currently have a fail. Do you want to use a hero point on that, or...?
Yeah, I know how much damage this does, please.
Okay, reroll using a hero point. Oh, and it's one worse, so no better.
Oh no.
Okay, so we have a failure from Daegron, a success from Vanarel. Where is Dezi's roll? I see the halfling luck. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Critical
it's
success.
above.
Yeah, critical success from Dezi. A fail from Libbiel. Mix of fail and successes from the enemies. Okay, so let me roll the damage, and we'll then see what else is happening here. So visions of rot and decay of the ground swallowing you up and just pulling you into this acidic bog is what you're seeing in your minds as this spell goes off. And on a critical fail, that's also, yeah, just damage for people. There's no special effects. That's only happening if it is critical fail. Got it. So, everyone please apply your damage. Looks like people are doing the right things, and I will handle it on the enemies. We have success, fail, success, success. Okay, so this one's taking half. This one's taking whole. These two are taking half. And that was her turn. Libbiel, just so you know, on your turn, we delayed you a little bit, and then I had you go before the whole swarm of them went back to back. I had you fly out of the dangerous terrain on your broom, and you put a shield up, and you just used a live wire. The four-armed demon lady was almost dead. I know you maybe would have wanted to use Desiccate, but I was going to wait for you to be here to do that instead. So maybe a less effective turn than you wanted, but very, very close to killing the demon lady, even with a pretty weak spell.
That's okay.
We are now going on to some of these other demons. This is the one that was fleeing. It is no longer fleeing, so it's coming back into the mix here, even though it has been pretty well beat up. Is it actually going to fly away? I think it's going to fly away, actually. It doesn't want to fight to the death. So it's moving 120 feet off the map. I don't know if you're pursuing it or not. I'm just going to put it on its height for now, and that's its whole turn. The next one up, we'll zoom back in. We don't need to see the one fleeing unless you chase after it. It wants to get in on the action on Vanarel here, and I think it will just... Yeah, it can stride through the acid. It doesn't seem to take damage from the acid to get another flank on Daegron the other way. On Vanarel, I mean. And it's going to bite twice.
This situation has not improved.
But you're dodging out of the way pretty well. You seem like you know what to do when you get surrounded by demons. And the second bite also misses, so that was its whole turn. You may be surrounded by them, but maybe that's right where you want them. The other one that was already flanking you to the north is up next. And you hit it fairly hard, I believe, last turn, so it's pretty angry with you. But all that means is it bites you, same as all of its other buddies are doing. Maybe they're fighting over who gets to actually devour you. Natural 20. So that's going to crit you.
I guess we know who's going to get to bite me.
For 60 points of damage. And we will once again need a save against the poison.
Oh, did I get you angry?
You're fine from the poison. It's going to rip into you a second time. Or attempt to, at least, with its fangs. But it seems like it maybe got a little too happy with what it tasted that first time and wasn't being as careful on its next bite and didn't get anywhere close. It has one action left, and it sees no reason to flee. It got a nice taste, and it wants more. Critical miss. Not that you can exploit that. And the final one. This one is... Yeah, it's feeling like it might as well go for Vanarel as well. If they see the weak member they've separated from the pack, they are going for you. So it strides into this kill box they've created of the horrible acid rock-covered area, and it's going to bite you twice.
Glad you got out, Libby. It's not good in here.
A miss, and a miss with a 28 and a 34. And at the end of the round, as before, the sentinels in the woods, they will take some bow shots at all the enemies. I will give you their saves. I'm going to say the fleeing one is past where they can be hitting with that. So arrows come arcing in over your heads, well aimed at all the creatures here. Oh my, look at that. So we have 3 successes, 2 fails, and 1 critical fail. The critical fail on the boss lady. So that's probably going to finish her off. I believe she has 2 HP at the moment after Libbiel's hit. So 29 points of damage. She's taking double that. That does finish her off. So that maybe, I don't know how you feel about them kill stealing for you, but that is still a help. And then
Dezi gives them a thumbs up. You know, this is good.
The 3 take half, and the last 2 take normal. And that was the end of round 2. Let's see how Daegron begins round 3.
All right, seeing Vanarel get surrounded. Hold in there, Vanarel, I'm coming. And he'll get into a flanking position on the one of the ones that's attacking him to the northwest here. And let's see. You know what, with these guys, I think it's just best to swing away. So we are going to aim for center mass and see if we can get rid of this one for him. 43.
That's a crit.
56 points of damage.
Nice, solid hit there. It takes that damage, takes a little bit extra. It needs to save against your slowed from your frost rune on crit. And it does. And there's no one for you to cleave into, so that's all of that crit effect.
Yep, and he'll, for his third action, stride over some more, seeing as he's almost through this one. See if he can line up that cleave as he readies again to go straight through the legs. Just a regular hit with a 32, and that should be another 30 points of damage. Ooh, barely hanging in there.
You have left it alive. You are surprised even that it is still alive. To you, it is looking so hacked up. It's missing maybe 3 or 4 of its legs at this point. A wing is hanging askew. Fangs are kind of partly broken out of its mouth, but somehow it is still alive.
And that should be all 4. The stride attack.
Okay.
And he's just kind of behind them with his axe ready on to get the other 2. Maybe they'll look at him instead of Vanarel.
The one who's outside the scrum, who seems like it could not find a way to get a flank on Vanarel, and who had been trying to spit at Dezi last round. And also maybe sees how much damage both Libbiel and Daegron have been doing. I think it's going to stay fixated on Dezi, so it's going to come striding over next to Dezi, and it's going to try to bite you. But a 31 against AC will not get you. Followed up with a second bite. Even worse. Critical miss against Dezi. I don't think you have any critical miss reactions, though.
No.
And you're up, Dezi.
Dezi's looking at Vanarel over there surrounded and sees them a little hurt. They're also concerned, I don't know how smart these things are and who's in charge here, but that one that's fleeing, I mean, what's, 200 feet amongst friends? I've got a crossbow. I'll take a pot shot at him with a range increment. 6 on the die for a 30, looks like it hits.
That is a hit.
Range penalty is in there, so that looks right.
Yes, it is.
And that is 28 damage. Holy, it's dead.
And
Good.
with them flying away, you see it fall from the sky and land in the swamp.
Second, I've got 3, and 3 left, and they can be whatever, because I did the strike. I'll cast heal on poor old Vanarel over there. They're looking pretty bad, and I see them surrounded, so... That's a very good roll. 111 back, wow.
8th rank spells, there's something else.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of 8s amongst those, but yeah. And I'm seeing that Libby's a little bit hurt too, so I'm gonna, for my last action, do a quick life boost on you.
Lily!
You're supposedly 120 feet underground though, but hopefully this reaches you. And that was all of mine.
Okay.
But yeah, Dezi nods their head. Good, everybody's patched up. We should be good.
Vanarel, you are surrounded by 4 spider wasp imp demon things.
Sure am. Well, Vanarel will just turn and just give a wave with Kestrel's beacon at Dezi. Thanks! And then we'll just turn that and plunge it directly into one of his hunted preys here. I'm going to stick with the one that I know they're both pretty badly hurt right now, the two to the north that I have. They're sort of flanked, but not quite flanked with myself and Daegron. I'm going to keep focusing on the one that I was hitting before, just because I feel like they're kind of squishy once you get past that weird outer shell on them. So I will just flash through this thing with a twin takedown flurry for my first action, coming in with the rapier and then just knocking a leg or two out of the way with the hammer.
That was a crit with Castrovel's Beacon and a regular hit with your hammer. Combined 74 points of damage, and that kills it before I even have to make the brilliant save for it to be blinded from the crit.
Yeah, thought that might work that way. Now I'll turn my attention to the one that Daegron hit earlier, just to the left. He is my other hunted prey, and I'm going to see just how deep I can run this legendary Elven blade through it.
Your last natural 20. That's saying a lot.
I'll take it.
And
well, yeah, last attack. Hopefully not my last natural 20.
Daegron left it
Vanarel know
with
that we don't.
1 HP. So 59 will definitely finish it off.
You still have one action left.
68 overkill.
Yep. I think I am all right. Well, let's see. I did the flurry. I did the singular strike. Because of Libbiel's haste, I have 2 still in reserve.
Okay.
So I am going to redesignate my hunted prey with these 2 mosquito things to the south. Feeling a little more open, a little more breathable here. And I'm going to bring the hammer down on top of this one here. It's directly to my south of the 2, and just try to crush that one with my 4th and final action. Oh,
That will not hit. Natural 1.
natural 1. All right, that's fine.
And
I overextended.
before we move on to Libbiel, I did notice that we forgot the acid damage, I believe, for Daegron moving into that area of the hazardous terrain. If you have the resistance, take some off. And Libbiel.
Oops, I meant to not click that. I got 15, so
All
I'm
right.
good.
Well, with my turn, I think I'm going to go after this one that's next to Dezi. I was going to desiccate everything in the area, but at this point, it's not worth it for just 3 guys. So, I will just continue to be very economical about my spell slots. Don't know how much more we're going to do today, but may as well try to be a little bit more
That will hit.
conservative with them.
You still have 2 actions. One must be a stride or a strike.
With my last action, I think it's just going to be the shield again, and I won't worry about striding or striking.
Okay. Up next, we have one of the ones who is still able to hit Vanarel and seems really annoyed that all of that good damage on you has been undone. So it is going to try to resume the feasting. It will step to set up a flank for his buddy, and will then start biting away as it's looming over you and darting down with those weird poison-filled maw. And a 37 is going to hit you for 35 points of damage, and we still need a fort save. You've been doing pretty well on these, though.
I think I'm getting accustomed to it just standing in this acid swamp.
And it will try for a second bite, but it knows that the first one's the one that really has to connect. And that is a critical miss. Not that that matters for anyone but Daegron, I believe. And the other one will also do the 5-foot step in to reestablish a flank on you, and will bite you twice.
I don't know, just tenses up and hopes
Natural
for the best.
1 for a 25, and ooh, a 37 for, I don't have you targeted, it looks like. I think that was the magic number.
37, it would hit me, yes.
Yes, so it's
Yeah,
a
my
hit,
AC is 36, so.
and
plus I'm off
with
guard,
the flank,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
35 more points. They're rolling that pretty consistently. And the poison roll. Another critical success. That class feature, upgrading your successes to critical successes, has been very useful, I think, in the couple of recent fights.
Put in a lot of work today, yeah.
At the end of the round, your supporting archers in the woods take a shot at the remaining 3. So you see more short bow arrows coming out of the woods, targeting 3 remaining demons. And we have a success, a failure, and a critical success. So success, failure. I did those 2 backward, but it shouldn't matter. Oh, critical success, not critical fail. There we go. Okay, so the arrows from the woods came, hitting 2 of them a little bit. Maybe they're getting a little tireder. Maybe the fight's getting, because you're all mixed in with them, they're not being quite as accurate as they were before. And we're at top of round 4 with Daegron.
All right. He's going to go crunching south through the body of one of these to get a flank on the one to the west of Vanarel here. That'll be moving through acid, so if you got any damage for me.
Okay, let me roll that.
Okay, yeah, nothing for him. And as he gets into this position, he is going to leap off the back of this fallen one and see if he can land a strike across the top of it here. No, even on a 4, maybe he loses his footing a little bit, but it still goes through for 30 points of damage.
You're tearing into one of the legs, and it's trying to droop a little on one side.
Yep, and then he gets his footing and wrenches it to the side for a 44 on a crit. Low roll, but another 48 points.
And I'm rolling it.
And then now, hell yeah, for the slow.
It makes it.
Yep, and then with his last, as he's kind of slipping in the acid and everything, see if he can get another hit here. 35 to hit.
That will hit again.
For 26 points of damage. Ooh, we just keep bringing them low.
Keep bringing them low.
And he calls out, I've set up another one here for you, Vanna. Just knock him down and I'll get to that other one.
On it.
And the one to the south is still trying to find a way to bite into Dezi. Does not like seeing Dezi heal everyone, but Dezi's been proving remarkably resilient. Let's see if that holds up again. Here comes the next bite. With a 37 will exactly hit you, it looks like.
You jinxed me there. Yeah.
There are 31 points of damage. It's a mix of acid and piercing. And we need the fort save. That is a fail.
I'll leave it. I'm gonna
Okay.
not burn anything on this.
So you feel a toxin begin to make your skin boil a little bit. Your blood feels hot. It almost feels like it's shaking inside your body. And you will have a 10-foot status penalty to your speed for 1 round. Stage 1. And it has 2 actions left, and it's not it's realizing it may not get a bite the way it's been. So I think it's going to cast a toxic cloud.
Okay. Who does that hit?
It's hitting Daegron and Vanarel. It's casting it over the whole crowd there. So we need a.
Oh, I didn't see the aura.
I know the auras are a little bit overlapping with all of their poison on the ground, but we need a fortitude save, probably the good save from both Daegron and Vanarel.
Libby, was it Toxic Cloud you had something for? I can't remember.
I had to be in the targets for it, so
no worries.
And you both critically succeeded.
Yep.
The one thing to remember, though, and they are immune to the effect. However, you are all concealed while inside there. So I'll put that on you all. But that will affect you targeting each other, them targeting you. It's gonna make the cleanup of the fight here just a bit more annoying. Okay, everyone's concealed, and that was that one's turn. Dezi.
Okay. Dezi doesn't like being poisoned, but also is standing between this one and Libbiel. Sees that cloud, knows they're not moving into it. Yells at Daegron, Vanarel, get out of there. Let's just pick them off. And I guess I'm gonna shoot at the one that looks the cloud is actually potentially in the way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Still, I'll shoot at the one that's closest that looks pretty bad off there.
Okay. Give me your flat check. Actually, I think it will do the flat check automatically with the modules we have, so make your attack roll and we'll check.
An 11 for a
Yep.
37,
And
which
then
looks correct.
Press the die for the flat check.
Yep, I have, it's killer, so my number is better. It doesn't matter. It's a high number.
Okay, you hit.
We're good. Looks like 34 damage.
And that one drops.
Yay. Okay, so 3 actions left. Oh, actually, I've got a warding rune, which means somebody who's adjacent to that enemy, I can give a +1 to AC for a round, basically. So let's give that to Vanarel. Vanarel, you've got a +1 status bonus. Let me see if this works. Yep, there. You can drag the effect warning statuette weapon to your character, and it should, I think, do the right thing.
For weapon or armor?
Weapon.
Oh, oh, okay, I see. Yep, okay.
Sorry, these are new things, so I'm trying them out for the first time.
Yeah.
The one next to me, I'm going to cast a Holy Lance, a Divine Lance at. There we go. This will have map, but that's okay. Actually, so that will hit with a 31 and do 22 damage. That also causes a protection aura to spring up around me because of, which has to be a stride. No, I already struck, so it can be whatever I want. I'm going to use my last to like boost myself just in case.
Okay. Vanarel, you're no longer surrounded in the middle there. I mean, you have corpses all around you, but only one remaining target.
Yeah,
I have
it's a
some
lovely
poison to
backdrop.
deal with, I think, right?
Oh yes, you do have poison to end your round. Sorry, thank you. Let me give
That's
you
okay.
I'll give you the DC here. Or here you go.
Looks
You
like
have
yeah,
shaken off
criticals.
the poison.
Okay.
Vanarel.
All right, well, I've got a wonderful backdrop of demon mosquito corpses as I turn my attention to the last of these things still standing, though they're kind of fuzzy, being all concealed in here. I don't know if the concealed is going to interact with the flurry macro. I'm just going to hit the button, and if I need to roll them accordingly, that's fine.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, coming in, Casterville's Beacon, trying to put this thing into the ground to finish it off with the light hammer.
Okay, so they both hit. The macro is still giving you the buttons, so if you want to hit the 2 concealed DC checks back on the individual hit rolls.
Right. Yep, there they are. Okay. So yeah, the rapier's coming in with a
they both hit.
17 and 9.
So I can take the damage as shown. That was 2 regular hits for 44 combined points of damage, of which it took 64. So you're definitely doing, between all the cold iron in the party, you know you are designed to be demon killers, and it is working quite well.
These things don't like that. I'm fine with it. For my second action, now that I've got some map here, I'm going to make sure I'm using my second sting just in case, because I have missed these guys on my secondary and tertiary attacks in the past. We'll try to run them through one more time with the rapier.
So that will miss, and it does 7
26.
points. Is that right by default now on your miss?
It is. Let me go back up and look.
Actually,
at
also
my
roll the D
or
flat
damage.
check first, because
That's
if
right.
the concealment
'cause
fails,
it will miss it entirely.
it
Yep.
misses entirely. So
Yep.
you have, I think you still have 2 actions left though with your flurry, ranger, and hasted.
I do have 2 actions left. I'm going to try and clobber this thing just one time with my hammer, and then I'm going to try and get out of this acid. I think I've had enough of this. But let's see if I can make sure that I'm the only one that walks out of this acid puddle.
You hit it. Oh, also roll the flat check.
That's right. Don't
It's
ignore all
again.
that. It is too hazy in here. For my 4th, I'm getting out of this. I know it's still there. I'm just going to circle around it.
So 9
Just to get
points
to
of acid
here.
damage. If you have resistances, take that off. It's not going to do it automatically.
Okay, I will take that and then give myself back to 5.
And Libbiel.
Libbiel's. She sees that this thing's still on Dezi, and she doesn't really like that, so she's just going to run up and help her little friend out. She drops her snowcaster's staff and withdraws her storm flash from her belt, and goes for a melee strike, which she's been practicing. She was really proud of her ability to hit people with a sword.
And you get a natural 20, so
She should be.
Never punished.
the witch runs in to kill steal. Let's see.
Ooh, that triple one.
Yeah, low damage, unfortunately. It is off guard, at least, for this until the start of the next turn. You still have 2 actions because you are also hasted.
I'm gonna go.
Was that one action to swap, or did that come from the retrieval belt? I don't remember.
Retrieval belt.
Okay.
It's barely qualifies for it, so I'm going to use it. And let's go for another couple of swings. Whoosh.
Miss.
And the last swing. Oh,
Another
good.
natural 20, which is another crit.
Die, please.
That was some higher damage. It's still up, though. That was your whole turn, I believe. And it is now
Yes.
the one that's in the cloud. Let's see. Also, we need to... Daegron, roll me a d8, please.
Sure.
Seeing which direction the wind is
D8.
blowing for which direction the cloud is moving. Oh, okay. I think that's the good roll for you. It's moving to the north. You are still inside of it, and it is still inside of it. Okay. What does it want to do, though? So the cloud is drifted away. It is still concealed. Daegron is still concealed. Vanarel is outside, but Vanarel would be concealed to it because it is still inside the cloud. I think it's still going to go for Vanarel. It's going to leave the cloud. It's going to leave the cloud. It's going to move down to here.
Oh, it's a shame it chose that action. I would love to clock it as it tries to leave the cloud because I want to keep it in there.
Yep. Disrupt prey. Reaction.
Yep. It does have the...
It will hit, but
it
not
should've
crit, so it's not going to disrupt the move.
Right, but it should have still been concealed.
Concealed.
It would have still been concealed at the time, so just roll me a flat check.
Okay, I did. Oh, was I not targeting it? Yeah, I'll
No,
just
well,
roll the
you don't
straight
have
D20.
concealed on you. It doesn't have it because I took it off already, so the macro
Oh,
doesn't know.
gotcha.
So you
Well,
did hit.
I'm-
Roll your damage.
Certainly going to hit it.
It has
Takes
2
34
actions
and
left, so
25.
it's going to spend 1 trying to bite you. Turnabout's fair play. It gets a natural 20 here. For 58 points of damage, we need the save against the poison that you've been starting to see over and over again.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much coated in it by now.
And even on a natural 3, you get a critical success with your class feature. And then this one's going to start flying away. It's deciding that this fight is not going well, and it is not happy here. And that was its turn. Top of the round, we have the arrows coming out from the woods. Let me... Did I closed that. I'm going to skip it for now. Refinding the macros is going to be tough. And I think you're in cleanup mode, so... Daegron, go ahead.
Okay. Seeing Libbiel just run in and skewer this thing twice. He's like, yes, that's what we practiced, and he's going to come in from behind and swing the axe. Well, do a snagging strike here. Okay, that's going to be 24 points of damage.
Pulling one of the legs out from underneath it, and it does have a lot of legs, so it's able to stay a little bit there, but it is looking a little unsteady.
Okay, and you know what? He's like, well, I'll leave this one to you. You've got it. And he'll sudden charge after the one going south to make sure no informants get away. That'll be 2 actions here. Ooh, actually, I don't even think we might not be able to get there because that double move. Never mind. Let's just keep going in on this one. So here comes our second attack at Matt. For a 38 to hit.
That's a crit,
There we go. Those are those damage rolls we were looking for. 76 points.
and that one is dead.
And we'll just move as far as we can, chasing this one here. Another 25 feet straight down south, chasing after it.
Dezi, there is 1 left.
Yep, no survivors, right? We don't want them reporting back, or whatever. Dezi hefts their crossbow, and I think we'll do telekinetic projectile with some additional piercing damage. So 39 to hit, which looks like it hits, and hopefully this will take it out.
And you still need the arrow damage too, I believe, right?
29 projectile damage and 24 piercing from the... Oh my, it's still alive. Oh well. That was my... Oh, I've got one action left and a loaded crossbow. Sure, we'll take a final shot at map. Oh, it's full map. Never mind. What the heck? We'll try a full map shot at it. See how it goes. 29 is a miss.
It just misses by 1. Vanarel. The last one is trying to flee. What are you doing?
I'm going after it. He's still part of my hunted prey. And yeah, I don't know if these things are smart enough to go tell a higher up boss, or if the higher up boss is currently sizzling over on the side. But I will pursue after it. Looks like it'll take 2 actions to get to it. Yes, I'm outside the difficult terrain here. So 2 actions to get to it here, and yeah, I'll just try to skewer it from behind with the rapier. Follow up with the hammer, just taking out one of its rear legs. We'll flurry it and make sure it doesn't get back to
2
tell
hits.
anybody what happened here.
And once again, massive overkill with 4 HP remaining. And we
So
are
close,
out
so close.
of combat. So as the combat ends and all of the that horrible mist slowly drifts further and further off the map, it's slow enough that the sentinels are able to avoid standing in it as it goes away, and the land slowly consumes the acid that was vomited up. So I'm going to get rid of trying to get rid of all of those. There we go.
Oh, it's not going to stay as its own little acid lake?
No, it's being absorbed into... I mean, they've been spreading that bile from their mouth over the whole swamp anyways. It looks like this is part of the fertilizer or the demonic corruption that's helping to spread the other fungal spores throughout the area. So it seems like maybe in some ways the land is thirsty for that acid. And I'm glad to see how you handled those. While things looked a bit nervous there for a moment for Vanarel, the rest of you, it almost looks like it's just been a walk in the park for you all. I'm glad that my troops could help some.
Oh yeah, they were very helpful. Nice
Much
shot
appreciated.
on the four-armed lady over there.
Yes, I am familiar with those demons. I have seen those before in other areas of the world. These mosquito types, though, I know I've heard about them, but I have not encountered them before. They are truly horrific looking, even if they may be easier for us to deal with.
We've encountered these repeatedly. Like, Dezi goes off listing their abilities, to their knowledge, which is probably pretty good at this point. But yeah.
She listens and passes notes around to the group. The main items of concern that they're noticing is the toxic cloud type of spell, because that would still be a threat to them, if not to you as much. The other abilities, they didn't seem quite as deadly, say, as the lady. The lady was stronger. The fact that the lady has a high-level dominate was definitely disturbing. You can see that Shalelu looks a little nervous. That those kind of effects are known to really cause problems with bands such as hers. Well,
Dezi will wander up to the lady and look, does a search of them. I see they have a magical scimitar. We can get to that, but do they have anything else that identifies maybe where they came from, if there is a base around here? The surreptitious note that's clearly there with all their instructions. That'd be convenient, but...
Give me perception on that to search for anything unusual. Okay. Also, we're 1 hour in, so I'm going to award a hero point. I think we're going to give it to Dezi for the amazing luck with your high damage ability there that almost took out the Seraptis demon.
Yeah.
And
I have guiding luck for a reason. If I miss those, that's where I use those rerolls. But yeah. Yep, go ahead.
So with the perception check, you're not noticing anything out of the ordinary. Maybe just the lack of other gear is a little bit suspicious to you, but you also know that most demons do have translocate or various teleport type abilities, so they don't really need to have supplies with them. They probably don't even need to have orders delivered to them. They would be back at base and dispatched, so maybe it's not surprising there's nothing to find. And on your Identify Magic, do you have Quick Identify? I don't remember.
Yeah, it takes me, I think, a single round.
Okay. So, yes, you will identify the Scimitar as a +1 striking wounding scimitar. So, not particularly fancier than things you've been seeing, but it is valuable. And I see you've already yanked it.
Yeah, I'll throw it into the stash. I don't think anyone's going to be able to use it, but it doesn't hurt to have.
Libby comes over collecting her staff. So anything from the body?
Just a scimitar. I didn't notice anything on it that... it didn't seem to have a lot of supplies in general, so... And being out here, that seems sort of odd, but maybe it can teleport. Also, nice hits with that weapon. You're really learning well.
Yeah, I'm picking it up, at least.
Vanarel, you feeling okay?
Still got a
I'm
ways
happy to,
to go.
if you can keep them off me, I can keep you up.
Yeah, I'm all right. I was just trying to figure out, was this a patrol, you think? One 4-armed demon leading a bunch of 6-legged demons?
It seemed a bit like an ambush. Maybe they were waiting for us here.
Or they saw us
Presence could
coming
be
through.
known.
I could ask the fungus.
Libby, I'm a bit worried if we keep going back to the fungus too much. It's definitely helped us,
yeah.
but
They might figure out that I'm not with them.
if anything else,
Daegron.
if they notice you in there, I'm concerned that maybe it would be a conduit between you and whatever is controlling them.
I think my mind
Yeah.
is stronger than that, but I maybe somebody else can take the hit. She offers the mushroom to Dezi. Hey, you want to try it?
I mean, that's very nice of you. But no, thank you. I guess if we need to follow it, I will. But I think we have a good pin on its direction just with some magical detection at this point.
Well,
Sorry, it's
I
been a while.
know-
I don't actually remember if we are able to figure out where the mushroom patch is.
So you know it was
I'm
to the
pretty
west,
sure what-
and you're heading to the west, but we are still rolling checks along the way to keep following it. And without the mushroom influence on Libbiel, I mean, these are usual checks. If Libbiel is under the influence of the mushrooms, I am giving some of the directions automatically.
I think we could just take it in shifts. Vanna, here, eat it.
I don't know, we'll take one of the mushrooms. I'm not gonna eat this, Libby. If we're getting the attention of the more powerful demons in this place, or God's forbid, Tree Raiser himself, I'd rather come across all that on my own terms rather than become some
Yeah,
kind of
that's
conduit.
why we should know where they're coming from.
Daegron, do we need to have an intervention for Libbiel? I'm a little worried here.
I mean, you can't argue with the results. It's helped us multiple times, but why don't we leave it as a plan B, Libby? We're heading west. We
Fine.
will see if we can find where this is coming from. If we end too wild, I'll eat one. Sure, why not?
Yeah, if we get lost, somebody else can take the hit this time.
And so as you are discussing this, Shalelu does reapproach after checking on all of her sentinels and is asking, are we moving on or are we staying here for the night? There are still a few hours to go before nightfall, but this is an open clearing.
Yeah, I mean, if we spend any
yeah,
amount of
it's
time
really-
resting, it should be fine.
It's really easy for Libbiel to refocus.
I will
so
assume you're all topped
go
off. You
ahead
don't
and
need to
just-
worry about that.
Okay.
So you head out, you're continuing going to the west. You are trying to follow this feeling of, well, what Libbiel had previously described as a feeling of longing or a desire of the mushrooms to be to the west. You no longer have the ability to follow that tug directly. So you're trying to kind of scout your way through. You don't really know, other than to the west, you have nothing else you can use to really follow this. What type of checks are you wanting to do? What type of approaches are you doing to try to follow this path?
Well, I think Daegron can, in between maybe getting to some higher points, using his tattoos that he has, the eye slash tattoos, let him see great distances. He's going to do perception checks to see if he can maybe find an outcropping of maybe mushrooms or something that maybe almost looks similar to what they saw back in Green Gold. If there is this connection of these mushrooms that Libbiel's talking about, he thinks maybe it looks similar to that. He's going to just see if he can see anything from a distance.
Okay. So I would take probably a pair of checks on that. I'd take an athletics check because you wanted to climb up, and then the perception check
sure.
to actually see what you can see from a raised elevation. The athletics check, I'm
37?
going to give you a +2 on your perception check with that.
Okay.
You have found a tree, or, well, you're thinking you thought it was a tree. Now you're pretty sure it was just a mushroom stalk that went pretty high up and was broken off at the top. And from the top, you're looking out, and the most you can see, this swamp goes off for miles all around. You're not necessarily seeing anything that to you feels different. You can't tell, is that area more fungus riddled? Is that area less? Is there more haze? Is there less haze? It just is, it looks like a wasteland to you that you are really glad that you're here with Vanarel, who seems to know how to navigate this area, because you'd be at a loss here.
Yeah, he kind of calls down. He's like, I can't make out any differences in this. Vanarel, do you have any input? It seems hazy and marshy as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, hang on. Let me take a look here. And while Daegron has been, elevating to try and get a better view, Vanarel's doing quite the opposite. Obviously, we're heading to the west, but Vanarel's head is largely just down towards the undergrowth of the forest, trying to track through the mycelium. The big mushrooms are an obvious starting point, but just trying to follow the roots that are not quite underground. I can't burrow or anything, but sort of following the growth that's underneath all the debris and overgrown grasses and such here. I'm trying to utilize a survival to see if I can pick up on the larger of the mushrooms, similar to the way I kind of pieced together that web of almost roads earlier. 29. I'm not sure what progress I'm making there.
You're mostly, you can still tell the network you're aware of, but it doesn't seem to help you find named or interesting locations further away. You can still tell you're traveling away from the center of whatever this network is, but that's intentional. That's what you wanted to be doing, so that's not a surprise to you. You're hoping maybe as you get closer, maybe it'll become easier to track. Maybe there is still going to be a weaker network similarly that originates from this destination that radiates out, and when that starts crossing this one, maybe you can detect it then. But for now, you're still kind of just blind navigating. You can still tell your east from your west. It is hard here, though. I'm sure you have a compass, which probably helps out, but the way the haze works, it diffuses the sun or the moonlight so much, it's really hard to use the sun to navigate, and the stars are basically not visible ever. So you're relying on things like compasses, and that's really about it to navigate here. And I guess you can rely on the weakness of this fungal network to know you're heading away from the center, but that only helps you with a little bit of radial direction, not absolute.
Dezi would like to kind of, similar to Vanarel's approach, kind of, if we feel this is drawing the fungus somewhere, look for paths and maybe signs of travel in a particular direction. I'm going to go with a survival type check here to kind of figure out maybe which direction to go specifically.
So again, it's very weak. First, you know that while the fungus told Libbiel they wanted to be somewhere else. None of this fungus of this variety are ambulatory or migratory, so you're not going to find tracks of the fungus moving there. It seems like it was more of a memory of home or a memory of a birthplace.
It might be a magical pull. Libby, do you think you could maybe track any magical auras around here?
So that brings me into my plan, which, using the connection I had to experience and my knowledge of the arcane, I'm going to try to rebuild some small magical construction of that connection to make like a magical compass of sorts to see if I can link into it, but not with my own mind.
Okay. And what do you want to roll for that?
I think Arcana is the one that makes sense.
I'm good with that. So maybe you kind of root around in the earth here a little, and you find a couple of the mushrooms of the varieties that you had been eating but you're not currently eating, and you're kind of using them as a little bit like a dowsing rod to help. You can, as you're holding it around and kind of lifting it, and you can feel a very slight reaction in a direction that was feeling like it's heading to the west. Doesn't feel like it's swinging around more dramatically than that, but it does seem like it's a useful way to help you move toward it.
You know, and maybe looking a little crazy to her friends.
What does everyone else do in response?
Well, I guess we should follow her.
Trust the process. Libby's had good results with this. It's better than eating it.
Fair point.
I mean,
let's go.
I could know for sure if she kind of puts one up to her mouth, just a little bite.
Daegron snatches it and then it goes, remember, dowsing rod you said, and hands it back.
That's
okay.
Plan B or C.
Really should just be Plan A. It's really not that bad. Honestly, the taste kind of grows on you after a while.
Something grows on you, that's for sure.
And so you spend the next couple of hours following probably the combination of Vanarel trying to keep you out of the depths of the swamp while Libbiel is trying to make you go straight through some of the horrible places. You have seen places where it was very quicksand-like, where it dropped off maybe 6-7 feet immediately into just that thick, acidic bog water right off of the trail with no shallows in the way. So maybe someone took a dip or two along the way. But you've made some progress, and the tug on the dowsing rod is feeling slightly more. So you have noticed a change over the course of the 3 hours. Possibly, give me a nature check. I guess you can use Arcana, of course, with your theory of everything.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and drop that Arcana.
Yeah, you definitely think that as the fungus dehydrates and dries out, it does seem to be also be concentrating its effect for this. You also think at some point, though, it's going to reach a point where it just stops working. So it's going to become a stronger and stronger effect until it stops. And at some point, it might be useless, but you can't, as a result, you're having a hard time figuring out, is it getting stronger because you're getting closer, or is it getting stronger because it's becoming a more effective tool? But you know something along those lines is going on.
So near death, the mushrooms call for home. Such beauty in this world.
And so it has probably arrived at time to once again set up a camp. I will put you back on a campsite. Again, we're reusing the same map. You've seen this one before, but it's a nice campsite. So you set up camp for the night. Shalelu and her sentinels are beginning to take up their posts to be the guards. They've cooked up a better than expected meal out of the rations. They're still not using any of the things found locally, but they are at least trying to be a little inventive with their ration supplies. These are, of course, the rations from Kionin, not the rations that they brought from Jenin, so it's not quite the ones they're used to. And
all right, to help out them make camp, I'm just going to kill everything off in the area.
A early desiccate to just try to make the ground more barren, get rid of some of the moisture, drive it out, make it a little sturdier to build on. And they are very thankful for that, because that is an ability that is beyond them. They did have the mud to stone style things they're using to shore up a couple places, but Desiccate goes a long way to helping out with that.
Makes great firewood too. Daegron's going around collecting bits and pieces of this completely dried out wood, and yeah, the marsh makes it hard for it to catch. This is just makes things so easy.
Yeah.
Dezi's probably going out looking for game, like maybe for something to eat. Though obviously, I think everything right now is just dead, and given it's been sitting here, probably he doesn't want to pick it up.
Yeah, and especially
Shame that
after
it
the
kills off all the
Desiccate.
mushrooms.
I will want a perception check from everyone. So everyone's, doing their own things around camp. It sounds like you were trying to hunt for anything edible, which you have not found anything edible here. I know Dezi was looking for game, but the most you've seen are those demonic frogs, and no one has on any... You think even the fungus looks more appetizing than that. So no game to be found.
He'll kind of, as he's gathering the wood, he comes over and, Libby, is this your doing? And he's kind of like lift the filament up a little bit that's coming out of her skin. I don't know what would cause this, but you engage in strange things for me. Is this you?
I look at it. Am I going gray already? Oh, it's even a lighter color of blue than my normal hair. I'm going to take a look at it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I'm guessing...
It looks similar to the pale white and light green filaments that you had before, which you knew were the sign of tangle rot. Blue is not associated with tangle rot.
I'm guessing I need to roll at this with the magic
Sure.
side of things.
Now she's
Here
got
we
that
go.
look in her eyes.
Oh, there you go.
Probably,
Well,
Natural
Third
there
warning.
we are.
Yeah, so you think that you are the host of something now. Whatever is growing on you now, or growing out of you, does not seem to have a mind of its own like the former one that you were talking to, though. It does not seem connected
Oh.
to the other ones, but it does seem like there is something colonizing your body.
Oh, I'm a new kind of... Oh, okay. I'm growing mushrooms, but not the ones that we've been seeing around here.
And you said it grows on you? I didn't know you were being literal.
Okay, so wrong kind of mushroom. This is definitely not the right ones. I'm going to... It doesn't seem to have a mind, and nor does... I haven't seen any signs it's developing one, so I'm going to leave it alone for now.
I don't know what else we can do with it, but please
You're
keep
sure
an
you
eye
want-
on it.
You sure you want to keep it there, Libby?
I mean, it's fascinating.
Sure. Well, let's just keep an eye on it.
it's not causing
mean-
you pain, is it?
No, I barely even noticed it.
Yeah.
It's still a bit concerning, but my work is with an axe. I can't particularly speak on these sorts of things, but if it ever gets too bad, speak to Dezi or Vanarel. I'm sure they could help you with it.
Well, for now, I think we need to have somebody else take the mushroom hits for a while. Maybe keep it from cross-contaminating. If it's benign, I'd like to keep it benign. So, Vanna, do you want to try the mushroom tomorrow?
I do not. But
I will sense motive on Libby to see if they're maybe under some influence trying to get us all to do these mushrooms.
Is this the mushroom speaking or Libbiel?
But if we find ourselves well and truly lost, maybe that will be the plan.
What do I roll anything for this?
So you don't need to roll anything. Desi rolled. How do I want to deal with this? I'm
Sorry.
No, that's fine. No, this is good. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to reveal what to whom to have how to adjudicate this. Yeah, Libbiel, if you want to roll me a diplomacy or deception check secret.
Okay. They're both the same
Yep.
value, so...
So, Libbiel, how would you answer? And then I'll let Dezi know if that's...
Instinctively, she's like, yeah, no, I'm not affected by anything. I just kind of think they're tasty. And honestly, it's our best lead.
And yeah, Dezi, you think she's saying what she believes.
Okay, well, no, I don't know if that would work. I could put you in a magical bubble when you were eating it, which wouldn't last too long, but it would at least maybe block out effects from coming through when you were taking the mushrooms. That way,
I think that would undermine the whole point. I need the external connection with them to trace them down.
And I can't really put the thing that's growing out of you in a bubble.
Yeah.
And, even as you're sitting here watching, you are seeing these little filaments, growing almost before your eyes. You see them kind of flower into a mushroom. Some of them shrivel and fall off, but more are always growing. It's not super fast, so it's not like time-lapse photography, but it is noticeable over the course of the half-hour, hour here while you are, eating your dinner and getting ready for bed. The sentinels will be taking all the watches. But it is obvious that there is a cycle going on here, and it seems to be getting stronger.
I wonder if Libby is our new compass needle.
Well, I'm not connected to the mycelium network here, if that's what you mean.
Maybe it's reacting to us getting closer. And I think
Perhaps.
Daegron, for everything he's saying and being maybe not the most negative on it, makes a note to just keep his eye on this.
And you will wake up in the morning with your spells back. I don't think anyone has any daily conditions we have to roll on. And before...
Everyone can keep the energy of Aegeus. I'll just check it off. So.
Yeah, nothing I have to roll on.
The party is waking up in the morning on day 2 now of their journey toward a fungal paradise, a fungal some sort of center that was calling to the fungus when Libbiel was able to talk to it. She has lost that connection at present, but does seem to be growing a new colony of mushrooms on her. As everyone wakes up in the morning, you do see just the detritus around Libbiel's bed now, of building up almost what looks like a mat of these mushrooms that have been growing and falling off of her over the night, and you see it's almost covering her tent.
I think in the morning, especially as they're kind of like packing up, and Daegron's been keeping an eye on this. He stops by Dezi's tent, kind of pokes his head inside, and he goes, "Dezi, you'd made it before, but I'm a bit worried about Libbiel. Do you happen to have the reagents you need to create those fungicides that you had made for us a while ago?"
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I can brew some up. Seems like maybe us having those today it might make sense. Maybe we each take one.
If we're heading to a place where it's a bit stronger, it might be good for any of us anyway.
We don't want her being drawn into any other influences. Sure, yeah, I'll make some. Let me get those brewed up.
And while that's happening, Libbiel, what are you thinking?
So Libbiel picks up Bia and looks over Bia. Are you growing stuff? Is it just me? She's going to examine her bee.
What is Libbiel hoping for?
She's kind of hoping that if it is on Bia, that it's really is something positive change in their lives. Otherwise, she doesn't really like bringing Bia down with her.
So
she realizes
as you're looking Bia over, you're not seeing any signs of fungal growths on Bia at the moment.
Okay. Well, at least it's just me for now, I guess.
The bee doesn't seem to be worried about the fungus on you, though.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't seem doesn't even seem curious though. So it's kind of seems like Bia's kind of ignoring it, which I think you would take to mean your patron doesn't have an opinion, at least at present, on this.
Okay, well, at the very least, that's not as worrying as it could have been. So she gets out of her tent. Okay. Oh, it is this for me.
Oh, it's for all of us.
I think.
Yeah.
She's going to like do the thing where she's like she pretends to put it on, but she puts it in her pack.
I will try.
We should all put it on right now, Libby. We're doing it together. This is a team building exercise. Daegron's sitting there next to the fire, like Libby, spreading this paste all over his skin.
But it might kill off my fungus.
Well, it only hurts bad funguses. It's only afflictions. You don't have an affliction, right?
I mean, it could be, but my patron doesn't seem to mind it. She holds up Bia and just kind of like squeaks Bia.
I mean, in game, I'm assuming you could choose to take this item bonus for a particular thing, though I don't know. Maybe not.
She doesn't seem keen to want to risk her new little fungus buddies.
Well, it's only for new things we're being infected with, and we're going to a new area.
Yeah, but it might stunt the growth of them.
I mean, maybe just today? I'm sure it won't kill them.
As you said, if your patron's not concerned about it, I wouldn't worry about this. Your patron is all-knowing.
Exactly. They're not concerned about the fungus.
That Dezi creates this.
Yeah, they're not concerned about the fungus. They haven't really expressed
that fungus.
opinion.
We're worried about that. We're going to an area with lots of fungus, though, and probably bad fungi.
Yeah, what if the bad fungi gets in and ruins your good fungi?
Then I'll just nuke everything in the area.
So it sounds like Libbiel does not want to
try to hold on to it, please.
Yeah, you might want it for later.
She's resisting. Resisting.
You can definitely.
Dezi will try to actually save theirs till midday. Actually, let's plan on lunch. These only last 6 hours, so.
Yeah, I just threw it on now. But when we get closer, he'll use it.
So the Sentinels finish striking the camp. This night passed without anything happening. You haven't heard as many screams or giggles or other weird sounds in the night. And it does seem like the smells, as you noticed, are always worse in the morning. It does seem it's not just getting acclimated here, but that just seems like it's part of the ebb and flow of life here. You've struck camp and you're heading further to the west. It sounds like mostly Libbiel is still using a dowsing rod. Vanarel is trying to pick at least the path that doesn't go straight through the worst hazards of the swamp. How are Dezi and Daegron contributing today?
I think Dezi's going to use more their magic tradition to try to navigate, looking for maybe signs of something that might be drawing things to a location.
Okay. Vanarel, I can take the arcane roll from Libbiel. I guess I can take the religion roll from Dezi.
Sure, I'll use religion.
Yeah, and for Daegron, I think he's kind of working in tandem between Vanarel and if something looks a little rough to get through, let me know. I'll see if I can maybe shift some logs or stones or hack our way through an easier area to get through. He just wants to, as they point him in the direction, he's going to try to make it easier for them to get us there.
If I get a critical failure, I'll use a reroll on it, if that's okay.
Just waiting to see Daegron's roll. Okay. So, you're making a lot better progress today than you had been on previous days. Libbiel especially, and Daegron, the two of you are almost working in sync, really just finding efficient paths. Maybe Daegron is throwing logs ahead of Libbiel as she's about to step into the water, not taking the best path, but you're kind of making bridges on the fly as you move through here. Vanarel, you're having an off day. I don't know how you'd like to theme that, but you're almost getting lost and turned around. What is that feeling like to you?
I think it's just this is the right method. Vanarel knows that, like, in his soul, it's part of like who he is out here. The fact that it's not working out, he feels like that all the signs he's coming across are actively working against him. I think he's getting a little frustrated, a little short-tempered here as we just journey farther into the swamp. He's not going to take it out on anyone, but you can see he's clearly irritated by this.
Your Dezi mumble to themselves, I need to prep a calm emotion spell for tomorrow. Vanarel needs it. Got it.
And Dezi, you're finding areas that more and more unholy around here. You are starting to feel that there is something unusual in this area that was not quite what you were. I mean, maybe you were expecting the unholy aspect with, of course, in the Tanglebriar, but you hadn't been noticing elevated pockets of it in the past. And we are getting a bonus hero point from chat for Libbiel. I've awarded that. Thank you, Cotillion. You're making good time, and as you're moving your way through the swamps here. As mentioned, though, you're having a little bit of trouble here and there, and let's see, that was players 1 and 3, so that would be Libbiel and Vanarel. Both of you at some point do step and fall into a marsh, much deeper, maybe an unexpected sinkhole. And I would like a fortitude save or an athletics check from the two of you.
Okay.
Since Daegron had been hanging close, can he do an athletics to try to assist Libbiel with getting out?
Yep.
Oh no, it's a clown fiesta.
So Vanarel, you fell in, but you were able to fight off the brainworms here, and just emerged a little more worse for wear, probably not helping your attitude at all of leading the way and falling into an obvious sinkhole. Libbiel, you've fallen into one as well. Daegron manages to pull you out, but not before you've noticed that most of the fungus on you is starting to shrivel up and looks very unhealthy. You're feeling all right at the moment, though.
She's going to try one on it.
Okay. So you're trying a life boost, not on yourself, but on at least one of the fungal strands growing out of you that was looking... I mean, there's countless of them now at this point. It's almost as much, as... You almost feel like let's say your whole left arm and shoulder would have these growths, and even up part of the neck. It has these kind of almost like a wave of almost more like say like a coral reef or a cilia of a jellyfish. It's kind of that kind of motion of little tiny spindles along your arm that do cap into a mushroom at the end before they leave off some spores and fall off you. But that seems to be the pattern that they're going through. So you're trying to cast Life Boost on just one of those sample ones. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, to see if it has any of effect on them.
Yeah, that one seems like it stops shriveling. It becomes a little larger. Instead of these little, just slightly larger than a hair, this now is maybe a 1/4 inch in diameter little mushroom growing on your arm.
She looks
Dezi's
pretty happy
this.
about that.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Look, it's a little friend.
I see. These are, I guess the fact that the brainworms do bad things to them is a good sign?
Yeah, Daegron's still kind of like holding her up in the air as he pulled her out and goes, is that reassuring? I'm out of my element here. And he puts her down.
Well,
I'm an expert in this area, and I'm out of my element, so I'm not sure.
I can take a medicine check, maybe from Dezi.
No, you can't.
Okay. I can take a medicine check from someone who has medicine. I guess that's Vanarel.
I've got +4.
Hold still.
All of the fungus that are dying off, you see there is a brainworm inside each of those. And you do not see Libbiel afflicted with brainworms. You actually think these may have protected her from that dunk. Now, I don't know if you want to share that information or not. I don't know how you interpret that, but that's what you've seen, Vanarel. Daegron, you did not notice this.
Yeah, Daegron's just like, I can't make heads or tails of it. Not a battlefield wound.
I will share this. This is a layer of protection almost.
Oh, maybe I can.
Dezi kind of glares at Vanarel, is like, you had to encourage her, didn't you? That's interesting though. I don't know.
Do you want some? Maybe we can see what happens if I eat. I don't know if I can infect you with mushrooms on purpose. steps away.
Do not infect me with mushrooms, Libby. I don't know if this is the direct reason. I don't know if this confirms the source of it or not, but it's...
Isn't it
Vanarel's trying
fascinating?
to come away with any kind of like medical answer to not have "let's all eat the mushrooms in the giant overgrown demon mushroom swamp" as the answer.
Yeah, before we infect all of ourselves, let's figure out what's going on and make sure,
Okay.
we have some controls in this experiment. Maybe 3 of them,
Seeing-
I don't know.
I will take a Arcana or Nature check from anyone who is not Libbiel, who's trying to investigate this. I feel Libbiel probably
I am
is not...
100% blowing a focus point on
I
this
feel
for this
Libbiel is
recall
probably
knowledge,
not
I'm
able to be
assuming.
objective about this, so that's why I'm not letting Libbiel roll. on
Not
this.
at all.
This is recall knowledge?
Yes.
Or no? Okay, then yeah, I'll roll a hero point to roll twice. Sorry, not hero point, focus point.
Yes.
Said the wrong thing.
Vanarel, you have no ideas. The only mushrooms that you are aware of that grow this rapidly, this explosively, have always just been the horrible demonic ones that you saw with the root rotters, that you saw with Ventilax, that you saw back under the sewers of Zaire. You have no exposure with all of your nature background of a non-malevolent version of this. So this does seem completely out of place for you, and you just don't understand it. I mean, everything you're seeing, these are not hurting her. They don't seem to be, while they are spreading, they don't seem to be consuming or changing the flesh. She's not saying she's hearing voices like the other mushrooms, and it did seem to pull the brainworms out of her system and kind of consume them themselves at the cost of some fungus, but there's so much fungus it doesn't seem to be a problem. Dezi, you're... Again, it's a little tough. I mean, even with some good rolls there, this is well beyond anything you've heard of. The only thing you're thinking of is, it's the same colors as the Tangle Rot, but it doesn't... Sorry, it's the same shape, but different colors. And while those were all a hideous... sickly, kind of bleached white or kind of nauseated green. These are almost sky blue in color, which is, again, not a color you typically see on mushrooms. And you are noticing that Libbiel's flower, on the other hand, is turning that same sickly green right now.
Oh, hey, Libby, I'm worried about your flower.
Oh,
Remember the one that
she's gonna
absorbs magic?
Pull it out and look at it. Does it seem like it's fine?
I mean, it's still growing, it's still consuming. You think there actually is a harvestable bud now, so you think there is one bulb you could harvest out and plant. It's only one, it's not growing fast, but I know you've been watching for that, and there is now one transplantable bulb.
Oh, I got a bulb out of this.
I mean, maybe it's absorbing the energy from the swamp around here?
Or it's absorbing my ambient magic as well. I don't know.
That's sickly green?
Dezi, you want to hold on to this bulb? I can only really take care of the one. Or maybe Vanna? I know you're really good
Flower
with the
bulb?
thing. Huh? Yeah, it's a flower. It eats magic.
I'll hold on to it for now. Sure, I mean, it's just a bulb. Like, it needs to be planted before it can become...
It already is... so it's like one of these ones that has... Earlier it had split off an extra bulb, and then that one has sprouted, and now that second bulb can be split off of this, and it is its own independent plant now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to actually care for it a little bit, but I'm sure you can handle it.
Oh, you've got a... Cool.
I'll take some
That's
lessons
neat.
from you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, so she's gonna separate it out, put it on its own little earthenware pot that she can just make from the ground, and give it to Vanna. It's not the best pot I can make, but well, we're not really in a good ground for the clay. I mean, swamps are, it's just this is still a really, really bad swamp.
And so you keep making some progress through this swamp after that dunking and the investigation over why the fungus seems to have protected Libbiel from the brain worms. You don't really have a complete answer, but something is going on there. And you're now reaching an area that does feel different than the rest of the swamp. After 2 days of... Yes, Dezi.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Do I get the impression that the plant matter on Libby is a single organism with lots of sprouts, or multiple kind of independent organisms?
They, with the exception of the one that was life boosted and looks different, all the rest look the same. So you're not sure without more of a surgical type effort to see, is it one set of mycorrhiza below the skin or not? You probably would suspect at this point that it's effectively a single organism that's spreading. Of course, it's putting out new spores, but the spores may be identical, so it's kind of that style of a giant mushroom system.
Libby, maybe tonight I've got an experiment I want to try. I'll talk to you about it later.
As long as it doesn't kill the mushrooms, sure. I'm down for experiments.
And so, as I was saying before that, though, you've been traveling through the swamp for 2 days, and near the afternoon on day 2, you are starting to see differences in the swamp. And it's maybe less visual in sight, and maybe it's a little bit more in the smell. Maybe the smells are changing a little bit, but it's more both Libbiel and Dezi with all of your kind of magical senses. You're able to start telling there's pockets here that are much more concentrated. It seems kind of raw, primal, and divine energies are being mixed and mashed, and kind of, you can't tell if it's being channeled here by something else or it's naturally appearing here. And there's multiple of these that are somewhat distracting to try to figure out where to go. In general, and then of course from Vanarel's viewpoint, it does seem like the few creatures you're seeing, some more of those screaming frogs and more of even just the other mushrooms here, everything here seems slightly or even grossly more toxic, more venomous. Everything here just seems worse.
About time to apply the poultice.
Antifungal salve seems like a good idea right now. Libby, do you not want one? Sorry, I actually need to create them. They're versatile vials, so they need to be consumed. So I'd probably produce one, give it to you as you take it. But yeah.
I'm fine. I don't want to risk the
I'll
weird
just-
exit form of life that I have going.
Fair. I'll just make one for the 3 of us then.
Sounds good.
So you're preparing yourselves to go deeper into this more corrupt, more poisonous wasteland. And how would you like to try to triangulate or navigate or make sense of these different pockets here?
I think I'm still using my magical tradition, because I think that seems to be more effective for me. So
in this particular case, for that to work, your exploration mode would have to still be detect magic. So I don't know what
totally
else.
Fine.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can roll your magical tradition here. Okay. Everyone else?
I think since it worked so well previously, he's gonna work in tandem with Libbiel again, seeing if she can guide them, and he'll try to make the path as easy as possible for her, since it seems like these take us through maybe not the most safe path, but it does seem to lead us where we want to go.
So in this case, I'd like that to be a perception roll.
Yep, that sounds good.
And I'm also going to go with a detect magic, but she's also going to be pretty sensitive to, she's going to try to pick up on if her fungus feels anything specific, like her own brand, to see if it's like trying to shy away from an area or not.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to look around.
Okay. Vanarel. And then I'll narrate all the responses.
Yeah, Vanarel is still sticking to his instincts here, using survival. Maybe this is almost like sort of a last-ditch effort, but with things being so much more dangerous and toxic here, it feels like the signs they should be more obvious, so I'm trying to navigate in that way.
So, I mean, once again, this is really, Vanarel feels like is out of his sort here. Dezi, Libbiel, you are kind of in agreement and navigating very effectively toward what seems like one of the most interesting of these pockets. You've seen the ones that are religious, but this one seems to be kind of a combined, almost equal strength of both. That seems like maybe it is the source of all the other pockets, and maybe it's the one that has just a little bit more nuance to it that you're more curious about. And you're making really good progress getting toward there. Daegron, you're helping smooth the way a little bit. But you still feel it's going to take you probably another day worth of effort in this swamps here. And Vanarel, everyone else is following all these more mystical or magical paths, and you're feeling a little out of your place here. Like this is supposed to be your strength, and suddenly it's just not working for you. But Vanarel, the 0 point for this hour as a result.
Looking over this interesting pocket of mushrooms and things, besides trying to obviously just visually look at it, I'm going to discuss with everybody. So, what is our plan? Do we take this out? Do we maybe try to usurp its power? Like, we have some various things that could possibly turn these mushrooms against the greater forest. For instance, the flower itself can just probably eat all the magic out of this area. If we just like stick the bud down. Or do we possibly see what my shrooms will do against this?
I think we need to figure out what specifically is going on. I mean, we're being drawn to something, but we don't quite know what it is yet, right? I think the flowers could be useful, but if this whole land is infected, it seems, I think the order of time, magnitude of time it would take would just be too long, would be my guess.
Well, we're not trying to sprint it to the finish right now. This is a bit of a long game for us.
I can take.
That's fair.
I can take a nature or a medicine check. I'll allow the unified theory as well for Arcana.
I'm like really bad at both of those.
Now, unless I say you can't, assume you can. So I'll try to avoid having to clarify that for you every time, because I know that's a... So one thing that comes to mind for Dezi and Libbiel, I'm trying to just maybe, as you're discussing what could be done at this point, one thing you're thinking about is you do know if you can find concentrated sources of some toxins, sometimes that makes it easier to develop antidotes or cures. And you're wondering if, one of these areas you're headed toward, if this might be the source or the precursor of some of these worst things, or if it's even just a different kind of higher evolution version of some of these funguses, if this is the source. This may be very useful to researchers back in Kyonin.
All right.
Okay, so get a sample and get out?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to grab a sample from the center of this pot of just magic and fungus. What would I even use to do that?
I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, you're not
right?
there yet. You haven't found the site, but you're just discussing what you may want to do when you get there, or what may be the value of getting there. Now that you're close to see what was calling the funguses, this feels like this may have been like the nursery where maybe someone was creating all the fungal variants, or maybe it's where they mutated naturally. But this seems like it was a birthplace for some of these fungus.
Is that meant to be private or anything?
And that was just a roll I was making for no reason.
For no reason at all.
I'm really, really glad it was a 1 for some reason.
Okay. So we're at camp for the night,
Yes.
going into the next day.
Yes, you're at camp for the night, and as you're setting up camp, you do hear some sounds outside once again, kind of croaking and thumping sounds. They don't sound too close to the camp.
Vanarel, do you see anything?
Clear?
We've heard the loud frogs before, right? I think they were
We
telling
were
us
told about the scythe trees,
But
but
the
they
frogs
seem to be
always
under the impression
screamed.
they didn't
These
move.
things are actually sounding like regular
Oh.
frogs.
Yeah. I mean, probably we just need to, take a look in that direction and see what we see.
Go ahead if you want.
Yeah.
You can give me
Yeah.
your perceptions if you want to go looking.
Since Daegron can see at night, and he's got can see 4 times as far, he'll see if he can spot anything out here in the darkness.
Yeah,
I think I'm
Vanarel
too
will just move to
distracted.
the edge of the firelight.
I
Dezi
think
at
I'm
this
way too
point has dark vision
distracted.
via goggles.
So Dezi, you had a natural 1, so you're not seeing anything. I don't know how you want to flavor what's distracting you or what you're
I
focusing
would
on.
use a reroll on that too.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I've got my halfling luck for the day. I might as well.
Yeah, so in the end, Dezi is the one who spots some large forms, probably about 500, 600 feet away, moving through the swamp, not towards you, just kind of across the path, kind of orthogonal to your motion, maybe going heading toward the south and kind of crossing the back trail. They don't seem to have noticed your trail, your firelight here. There's four large creatures. You have seen their footprints before, but now you are seeing some of the fungal marsh giants that are just moving through the swamplands here. These look like humanoid frogs with coral-like mushrooms growing over their bodies, carrying very damaged-looking scythes, you think? It's hard to really tell. It's so damaged. But they have kind of a booming, croaking voice. They seem to be communicating something. Let me double-check your languages. Your languages... None of you speak their language right now.
If they don't seem to be coming this way, Dezi, let's see if they continue on their way.
Hold on. If I'm the one that I will cast a translate to see if I can understand what they are saying.
Range 30 feet. They're 500 feet away.
Oh, it's one creature. I am the one that can hear it. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Sure. So
I understand that language for whatever it is for an
okay.
hour.
So this was Jodin that they are speaking, and they are communicating. They're grumbling about the lack of food that they something about maybe the mushrooms provide, but it's not fun.
I will convey generally what they seem to be complaining about the fact that there's not a lot of food around here. I mean, maybe friends, I suppose, but they're eating all the mushrooms here, which I can't imagine is good. And they're not normally friendly, right? So they seem to be heading to the south. They're the big marsh giant things.
I wouldn't want to get too close, Libby. They're eating mushrooms. Maybe they'll take a liking to you.
Oh no. But weren't they saying they're tired of mushrooms?
Give me... what would even pick this up? I'll take a society roll. Kind of under a decipher language type of thing. I think only from Dezi who's hearing this.
Oh, okay.
It might not be a good skill. I don't remember or not, but...
It's a decent one.
You're thinking it actually seems more like... Not that they're eating the mushrooms, but it feels like maybe the mushrooms are providing effective energy and health to them. The ones that are growing on them. Maybe that's in some sort of symbiotic relationship, but it's not satisfying their hunger.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely let people know that. Yeah, I think those mushrooms are fueling them. I'm not sure if it's in the same way as Libbiel, because Libbiel's mushroom's different too, so...
They'd eat us then, okay.
Well, it's kind of like more appetite versus hunger. I think they just want to, chew on you, mostly.
Well, I don't want to be chewed on, so if they're not coming towards us or they're not going to be in our way, I say we let them pass.
Okay. Well, aside
I'll
from
make a
that,
note of where they're going, just because they could be heading back to some location, and just kind of keep a mental note of which direction they were headed.
Okay. So the rest of the night would pass without interest, and you wake up in the morning for now day 3 of this journey toward this mushroom nursery. And once again, you would need some skills to try to locate it. We can take the magical traditions from Dezi and Libbiel. We can take the, I believe, survival from Vanarel, unless Vanarel's changing, and perception from Daegron. All those from before still apply.
Sounds good.
Daegron has a natural 1 if you wish to re-roll.
Sure. Yeah, I'll re-roll it. There we go.
Otherwise, no critical fails now. That's a nice sign. And
There's Vanna.
3 critical successes. Actually, so Dezi, you have a fail, but not a critical fail. Everyone else critically succeeded today. So you are making amazing time, almost making a beeline right toward one of these. And you do find one of these, what you're gonna maybe would now call a corrupt fungal grove. And we'll go back to a map we used before.
So we should move over here, I'm guessing.
Yes, you can arrive from the east. I'll just do it this way. That's better. Nice clean map. There we go. Here, the dripping, rank-smelling canopy of trees and immense mushrooms breaks to reveal a view of overcast skies. The clearing is about 200 feet across, roughly circular in shape, and slumps in the middle like a bowl, or like a tarp dragged over an open cistern that's been allowed to sag and grow fat with mold and squirming parasites over the course of many years of neglect. At the very center of the shallow crater, a twitching mound of puffballs, molds, mushrooms, and other fungal shapes that may have once been animals or people rises to a shuddersome height of 30 feet.
Okay.
Well, looks like we found what you were feeling, Libbiel.
Yeah, I think we should be cautious in approaching that. Maybe I'll try to kind of suss out what's going on here. I don't know if a knowledge check would be appropriate. Guessing nature, but
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean, this kind of what you were hypothesizing about, of this being the origin point for new fungal species from just basically neglect, but also maybe the careful feeding of who knows how many corpses to this pile over the years. And it seems dangerous. It does seem like a complete mix of unknown fungal species and horrible things. But you do think this is the type of thing that getting a sample from it could really help the research efforts.
Do I feel like it needs to be a living sample is the other question here.
You suspect they need to be in better shape than, say, a desiccated remains.
Okay.
Can I get close and see if I can get a sample?
Why don't we all
Hold
approach
back.
a little cautiously? Yeah.
That's
If we just
fine.
need, you just need a stalk, Dezi.
Yeah, that should do. I'm gonna stay maybe, I don't know, 30 feet or so behind you.
Yeah. Daegron pulls part of his cloak off before he moves forward and wraps it around his face. I'll see if I can get it for you, and after this, once we've learned what we've learned, let's see if we can deal with this.
Well,
Go ahead.
I can definitely kill it, so...
Yeah, Daegron creeps closer, kind of keeping his eyes on the pit as things are moving, and he's going to try to get up next to it, and with the hook of his axe, kind of pull one closer before trying to slice it free.
Okay. As you see, I have paused. Something is going to happen as that happens. So go ahead and roll me initiative as the entire thing that you are around here is going to, it almost collapses in a little bit as you get close, and then explodes out with trumpeting howls and a spore cloud that goes in all directions, and It seems like it is aware that you are here. But it does look like at least you will be going first, Thrawn. So I'll unpause here. And so what are you wanting to do? You've just seen this thing howl in rage at you and emit a huge cloud of spores, but it does not seem to trigger anything. You don't have to roll a save, you don't have to do anything, but that's what's happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure, and mechanically how it'll play out, but as he pulls this close with his fully gauntleted hand, he grabs hold of it and looks to slice off one of these stalks that he can return to Dezi and Libbiel for them to investigate and see if they can learn more. Just holding his breath, tries to interact with this to get this sample back for them before something horrible happens to him.
Oh, actually, sorry, I do need one roll from you first. The spores are affecting your mind, possibly.
Okay.
Is this everyone? Because it's a giant...
Let's do it now.
Cloud.
It was going to be the start of your turn, but let's have everyone roll it now. It's probably easier so I don't forget about it. So Daegron has a critical success, Libbiel has a fail, Dezi has a critical success, Vanarel has a critical success. Any reroll from Libbiel, or are you taking that?
Corrupt Grove. I think I'm going to head it with my 1 hero point. See if I can do that a little bit better. No.
Nope, okay. You are stupefied too.
I love that for me.
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, so
Welcome
Daegron.
back.
Sorry, I missed. So what did you say you were doing here now?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily like a 2-action interact, but he's grabbing hold of one of the stalks with his gauntleted fist, and he's going to start carving a sample free.
Okay, I would take a survival roll for that.
Sure.
You're hacking at it with your axe, and it's surprisingly hard. Partially, it is slimy and slipping from your hands as you try to work on it, and at the same time, that slimy ooze seems to deflect the axe blade in weird ways. Almost maybe magnetic in a way that's repelling the axe at times, and you just have no luck carving a sample off. You have 1 action left.
Okay, let's see here.
Do it again.
Oops.
Well, that was 2
If
actions.
it's a 2-action, I wouldn't be able to.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
But I do have, I should have my dueling dance on, as that kicks off when fight starts, so I don't need to worry about putting that on. I'll take care of that right now, just so we've got it there for posterity. And he's going to seek in this area here too and do a perception to see if he can identify some sort of danger coming towards them as he's frantically working on this stalk here.
Yeah, so you can tell, I mean, it doesn't really matter for anything mechanically, but there is effectively a hazard at the very center of this thing. But the entire area you're in, you can interact with it similarly. You don't need to be next to that center square. But yes, this entity as a whole is what you are currently engaged with, and you don't know what it's going to do other than billow forth this spores and make loud noises. You think maybe it's attracting other people. You're not sure, but it did make a racket when you got close. And other than that, it seems like it does have a mind of its own, at least at some very cursory level. And as it is trying to fight against you. And that's all you can tell in the moment. Vanarel.
Yep, he calls out that information just behind him as he's slipping and trying to get through this and just failing at cutting this stalk free.
All right, yeah, well, Vanarel will just curse under his breath and move forward here to be within arm's reach of this thing for a possible sample. And do I know? With all the other strange fungal growths we've seen here, would I have any basis for knowledge of what I might be able to do to calm this thing down, to have it like stop freaking out long enough for us to get a sample and get out of here?
You would think that to disable the hazard here, survival is going to take a lot of effort, but you think a number of survival checks to kind of remove some of the main root systems as they're wrapped around some of the remains deep inside of this thing might help to calm it down or disable it. You also think that religion checks might be able to kind of block some of the demonic energies that's flowing into you here, or flowing into them here.
All right, well, that's better than I thought, at least. I will use my other 2 actions here to try and start unraveling those remains from this thing to try and calm it a bit. With the survival. We'll see how that goes. Oh, a button. That is much. That did not go well.
Critical failure, and I will need a fortitude save from you as a result of that.
Extra loud screaming spores, I suppose.
You saw a weird crimson. It looked like maybe almost like blood, but you could tell it was just some of the spores dissolved in, let's call it water, and starting to spread over your hand, and almost felt like it was trying to burrow into your hand before you kind of shook it all off. And you're maybe looking at that a little nervously. It felt like that liquid was moving, not just dripping. But it is now Libbiel's turn.
And I'm going to try to counteract my stupefied.
Sure thing.
Or do I just get it for the next time?
No, you can. It can. It can try to counteract. So I'll just roll that. That is not going to be enough, though. That was sadly a poor roll. Does not fix your stupefied condition.
Darn. And I don't have a hero point to do it again. Well, that was a use, so I'll just mark that off. I will want to get another one of those someday. So even with the stupefied condition, she's going to... Okay, I just need to get it together long enough to... She's going to cast Desiccate. But she's not going to target all of it, just a lot of it. So let's do the stupefied. I fail. Never mind.
Stupefied does not like you.
I hate this condition. Well, there goes the big boom. Well, at least against this thing.
Okay, well that was your turn. Dezi, you've seen Daegron try to carve some of this, and the axe seems like it doesn't want to touch it. You've seen Vanarel maybe shake his hand and recoil in fear from the liquid rolling off this pile. You've seen Libbiel try to cast and just lose the spell.
Power of the deliberate journey compels you. I'm gonna try a religion check to like calm this thing and block some of the bad influences coming in. Since survival doesn't seem to be working very well, so. Oh, sorry, you didn't put a thing. Or I rolled before you put a thing up there.
Let's see. Yes. That is a critical fail as well.
I will 100% use a hero point on that. Or sorry, this is a skill check. I will use my halfling luck for the day.
That
46.
That is one success. You see the whole area deflates a little bit more and doesn't quite expand as much back out on the next pulse. You've made some progress, but you need more to completely solve this. That was 2 of your 3 actions this turn.
Dezi's gonna step next to Libbiel over here and say, I can give you another one of those next turn, but give me a second.
Okay. It will go next. So that's where it was in the initiative. And it pulses a little bit more and spews out a blast of spores in a very big cone that is going to... Oh, why did they put it there? That's weird. Can I get all of you? I can get all of you. There we go. I will need a fort save from all 4 of you as this corrupted demonic mass of spores comes rolling over the entire party.
I think I rolled that twice. My bad.
Let's see. I always take the first roll when that happens. So right now we have a critical fail from Vanarel, a fail from Daegron, a critical fail from Libbiel, and a critical fail from Dezi.
Well,
Is
we're going to
anyone
need
using hero points?
Yes.
I sure am.
That was probably the worst rolls I've seen in this party. in a long time.
I'm going to take it to the chin, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take my regular failure.
Well, up to a 5, which is now just a failure.
Just a regular fail. Okay, so here is your poison damage. So Libbiel, so 61 points to Libbiel, 31 points to Daegron and Dezi, nothing to Vanarel. And you see that has dropped Libbiel to about half health. Everyone else looks more or less okay. Taking some damage. No extra saving throw, no diseases or poison tracks to worry about. Round 2, Daegron.
Okay, Daegron, seeing as him and Vanarel separately have failed, he's going to stride over and around Vanarel, and he goes, "Okay, I'll get it pinned. You see if you can hack through this." And he's going to ready his action to aid Vanarel when he attempts it next by pinning one of the stalks down, so that they're not trying to do both at the same time. He'll hold it, and Vanarel will try to harvest it.
You have an extra action. Aid is a single action to get a reaction.
Oh, is it? I thought it was 2 actions to prepare it.
Ready is a separate action.
Yeah, ready is 2
Okay.
actions for 1. Aid is just 1 for 1.
Well,
But-
not really much I can do besides that in terms of because I would be 2 to interact with it myself. So
Roll me an athletics now. I'll use that I know the aid is coming up anyways, but we'll use that right now as
Sure.
the aid. Or the attack roll, whichever you want to do. It's about the same.
yeah, with an attack roll, it would be 1 better, so a 39.
Okay, that's going to be a +4 on Vanarel's check. So Vanarel, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just quickly point out the largest of these mushroom growths between the two of us and go, "That one there. Hold it down." And then I will try to cut a sample off of this thing, because whatever that blood stuff is on the inside, I don't know what to do with that. So this is a survival to try and cut the
Yes.
sample away? Okay.
That's still not a success. We do have a +4 on that, which makes it a 33, but that is still not enough. You are not having good luck here.
I am not. But do I want to use a hero point here? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm try to re-roll this. I think if we get this sample and get out of here, or have Dezi and Libbiel will have a better idea of how.
Thing calmed down a little bit more to be able to do that effectively. So
Gotcha.
this is progress toward neutralizing it for at least a time period, or robbing it of enough of its energy that it can't keep spewing poison at you every round. You feel like it's going to take an hour or 2 outside of combat to really get a sample from this thing. But you've made a little bit more progress toward disabling it. You can tell that Dezi's religion is maybe a little harder, but having more effect each time. But you've combined, you've made some progress. Libbiel.
Libbiel, do you want to aid me, or do you want me to brew you up something? Up to you.
I'm going to try to actually, talk to it on its level, if I can.
Do you want to tell it?
Hey, calm down. We just need a piece, and then we'll leave you alone.
I will take a diplomacy check on that.
What if I'm lying? Should I do the deception?
Sure. I think they're the same
Okay.
skill for you, so.
Oh no. You
Yes.
know what? I just got this, but let's
Just got a
make
hero
this.
point.
That's much better.
That is going to. What's that going to do? Okay, I know what that's going to do. That has not made progress toward calming it down, but it will have an effect. So.
Oh, okay.
It will have a beneficial effect for you, but it's not making progress toward disabling it. But that was your turn. Dezi?
Okay, yeah, Dezi will try. It's good for a round. So yeah, I will try the religion to calm it down. Oh wow, 46.
That is a second success. You think you need 3 total.
Good job.
And
Gotcha.
with Vanarel's progress, that counts as half. So you're at 2.5 out of 3 successes.
Okay. I got 1 action left. I will brew a potion. I don't have enough to give it to you, Libby, but it's another one of those.
Stupefy potion.
Yeah, the de-stupefying potion. I'll get that going, but we can move on.
So
I don't think it's strong enough to affect Libby.
it is going to do another blast, but this blast will avoid Libbiel as a result of that diplomacy check. So we will need the fort save from everyone else as poison spores come spewing over the rest of the party. And those are more like the rolls I'm used to seeing from you all. Oh,
Why do you say
Except for
things?
that one.
I will burn another. What do I have left to burn? Burn another hero
jinx
point.
it.
Let's just go through all these.
okay. So critical successes from Daegron and Vanarel. A critical fail, that's using a hero point. That is turned into a critical success. So no poison damage to
Seems fine.
anyone. And that
Oh,
probably,
gosh.
that probably did help Libbiel, because I don't think Libbiel has the auto-increase successes to critical success class feature. Daegron.
Okay. While they may not be as effective as Dezi, it seems like they're making some sort of progress. He's going to prepare to do the same thing again, maybe in term less of trying to harvest and more seeing where these spores have been shooting from and trying to redirect or hamper them in some way so that while Dezi's doing this, they can mitigate what's happening to them. So he'll do another athletics check, or I'll do actually the attack since that is slightly better.
Okay. So, and you said that was mostly aiming to. Are you trying to say you're saying you're trying to direct the next spore burst if it happens towards you and Vanarel and away from Dezi? Is that what you were trying to imply?
More about assisting Vanarel, but in a way that's more realistic than, say, us trying to harvest things.
Got it.
Doesn't seem to be
Yeah, you're just
something
trying to help pull apart, maybe under Vanarel's direction. He's kind of directing you where he needs to get to for the next step, and you're kind of prying them apart and holding them in the way that he can get to where he needs to go. Got it. So that will still be another +4 for Vanarel. And Vanarel.
Okay, well, deep breath now that I know what I actually have to do. Just plunging my hands into the inner cluster of this growth, trying to avoid that actively moving blood water stuff as best I can. Just to unravel the last of the remains that are underneath this thing. I'll try to calm it, make it pass out, go to sleep. And this was a
Survival check. Mhm.
Okay. And I will remember there is a +4 here now. Thank you, Daegron. Quiet down, quiet down.
39 with the +4 does not get it, and you are re-exposed to that weird moving water. Give me another fort save.
This thing is really, really angry. Gross. Oh, no, it rolled off onto the
That
2.
is a failure. Do you
Yep,
have anything
got
before
it.
I apply conditions?
Just the regret of rolling a 2. That's all I got. I have to take this one.
You feel that ooze seep into your skin, and you just feel a little clumsy at the moment. It's only in your hand. It does not seem like the rest of your body, but it's enough weird feeling that it's throwing. Like there's a slight burning. There's maybe pulses where it feels like it's moving around through your hand and distracting you as you try to do other things. And it seems like there's something living now inside your hand. Libbiel.
Not sure if it matters there, but you might have +2 to that.
That would still be a fail.
Yeah.
Having slight connection issues, but
I'm holding
I
out
would
a
like to-
de-stupefying potion if you want to grab it. Just
yeah, I would like to drink the de-stupefying
Sure.
potion.
Yep, let's roll the counteract check there. And that will get rid of the stupefied.
And I'm going to also try to calm it down with the United Theory thing.
It's 2 actions to try to disable it, so between the drinking and moving, you would not have anything left, but you could try it at range from where you were for the magic checks.
Okay, well, let's go back there then. I'm going to try to calm it down. Not my best roll.
Nope. But at least because you're not next to it, you're not getting attacked by that weird crimson water. Dezi.
Dezi will try the religion check again to hopefully calm this thing down. Trying to really block out the demonic energy coming in.
And Libbiel, can you roll me a d20 for no reason?
No reason at all.
Might have some issues trying to do that.
Okay.
Oh, it went through.
Yep, it went through. 37 on your religion check here. That is not a success. So it is going to erupt again.
That's fine.
It still thinks that Libbiel is possible friend and is not going to include Libbiel in this cone. I do need to move it slightly. But still, I'm going to take it back off, but it's the same 3 as last time. Dezi, Vanarel, Daegron. Here is your roll.
Yep, sounds good.
Oh, okay. 3 critical successes again. Top of the round, Daegron.
Okay. He's going to do a quick perception check around, seeking to see if he can if he sees anything or hears anything coming in their direction. Him and Vanarel are having less success than he'd hope, and he's worried about something coming in on them while they're busy doing this.
And you are right to be a little worried. There is something that is watching you or approaching from the northwest. Let me put it on the map now that someone has seen it. Also put it into the initiative. You see a ghostly form flying through the trees, passing through the trees as far as you can tell. It does not seem to be stopped by them. That is getting closer and closer to you. And it looks like a ghostly elf with tattered robes, scarves trailing behind that look like they've rotted through to some level, and hair billowing back, kind of not even in the direction of its movement. It seems to have an life of its own, almost designed to always make this creature look larger than life. Between the hair and the billowing scarves, all of that feels like it is always designed to make it look more imposing.
And how far away does it look to be right now?
It is, let me zoom out enough to see, 95 feet from you. It should be visible, but I think, let me try that. No, that's hiding it. I think we have I'm going to move it out of the tree. I wonder if that tree is actually coded as a top layer that's not being hidden. Yes. It wasn't disappearing when you hover over the trees, so I'll move it 5 feet closer so you can see it.
Okay. And so he calls out. He's like, "We've got something coming," and he's going to swap. He doesn't do this super often, but he's going to swap to the greater striking, vitalizing longbow he's got as it's coming in to see if he can plink away once before this happens. He's got cold iron arrows with this. And let me just double check something here. Okay, yeah, that would be a 2 action. So he's just doing a regular shot with this. And we're outside of the volley range, so that's good with a longbow. Oh, we were so close. We were sitting on that 19 and it rolled over.
Yeah,
maybe just because he hasn't had to use it in a while.
Yeah, I don't think you've used this bow in probably 2 or 3 levels worth of content. So I mean, you're a little shaky with it. The arrow just goes thudding into the ground, just shy of this creature. Maybe you misjudged the wind. There is all these weird spores and mist in the air here, and it is just a ghostly figure floating towards you. And that was your turn.
Yeah, that's all 3.
It is up next. And it is going to... What is the range of this one? Okay, not quite what we need. So it is going to come flying towards you all. And it seems to be fairly fast. So that was one move to get there.
Ooh, that's more than he thought.
And then it is going to unleash a bone-chilling or a soul-chilling scream. And let me see. Yeah, 40-foot emanation. Hopefully that still gets some of you. If not, she's going to be very sad. It looks like that's just getting Vanarel and Daegron. So we need a fort save. Why is everything here fort saves? I need things that are not fort saves.
Thank you.
That is
Yeah,
a
I'll
critic.
re-roll that. It seems like it might not be great for him. We'll see. Nope, it's still going to be a
Yep,
failure.
Okay.
Oh.
So someone is finally affected by a fort save.
Ooh, that's some damage.
And let's see, you are also drained. Drained 4.
Well, that's no
Jeez.
fun.
Wow.
I'll get that on there. Where's my drained value?
And it is, you can also tell that this scream is echoing in this space. And if anyone approaches within 40 feet of it, who was not affected initially, would become affected by it. But that was its turn. Vanarel.
Get rid of the fungus if you can. We need this thing
Vanarel
down.
Look over at that ghostly creature like, you gotta be kidding me. I will almost instinctively with one of my actions will target that ghost creature as my hunted prey, but I'm still up to my elbows in this massive writhing fungus, so I am going to use my other 2 actions and still try to pull the last of whatever is making this thing so ornery free and try to disable it. I do not have anything else going at the moment, so just a straight survival. D5 will
That's
not
a
do the
critical
trick.
fail. You will be re-exposed to more of that red liquid.
Good. Well, I only have one hand that's currently burning and numb, so 33.
Yes, so you are now clumsy 2. And
Okay.
anytime you use that hand,
Oh.
you will bleed. So which weapon's hand is affected?
I mean, I have a weapon in each of my hands at all times.
Yeah.
I'm happy to flip a coin.
Okay, that's fine. And you can always switch which hand's holding a weapon if you want to have your primary weapon. But right now, I guess, yeah, let's flip a coin to say, is it the
Yeah.
beacon or is it the hammer? So on a 1, it's the beacon, and on 2, it's the hammer.
Okay. Let's see. 1d2.
So your hammer hand is currently the one that's afflicted
Alright.
with this. Libbiel.
Time for Libbiel's sudden but inevitable betrayal. So,
Okay, yes, Phantasmal Calamity hitting the creature and the fungus. I see.
Daegron.
Not Daegron. That is a good sign. I approve of that. Who got the roll? Yes. And why did
He's
the
good.
fungus not roll? Maybe because the
That
fungus.
was using Libby's will save.
I don't. Let me double check. Oh
wait,
yes.
no, sorry. No.
Yeah. The fungus does not have a mind here, which I don't know if I agree with that. I'm gonna say it does, so I'm gonna give it a save. All the funguses
Maybe-
here have had minds. Why does this one not? Even I guess because it's a hazard, and yes. Let's give it same as its lowest save.
Libby, I could use some help actually doing
36
this.
will be a success. So the ghost is completely unaffected, and the fungus is going to take half damage. So if you want to roll the damage,
Sorry, what were you saying, Dezi?
I could use some help trying to disable this round.
I'm
Meaning, if you want to aid.
not going to trust that. Oh, it does have enough hardness. It has enough hardness to get through the half damage. So the fungal mass took no damage from that spell.
Oh, okay.
Now you have 1 action left, Libbiel.
I'm going to use aid to assist with Dezi's
Okay.
check to
Roll me
calm
your
the
Arcana.
fungus. And here's my Arcana.
That will be
This is gonna be
a
a-
+3 to Dezi. And Dezi, it is your turn.
So yeah, we'll try the 2-action religion to finally block this thing out. That'll do it.
And with
50.
a 50, that's not a critical success, but that is the 3rd success you need. The hazard, at least, is now disabled and out of the initiative.
Thanks, Libby. Oh god.
You see the shuddering. It kind of just quiets down. You don't think you've killed it, but it does seem like whatever was activating it and triggering it and making it pulse and expel poison in all in conal directions has been stopped. You think if you had hours, you could extract the samples you think you need for the research. Right now, of course, you are still in combat.
Right,
And-
that's a later thing. I still have one action left.
Yes, you have one action.
Yeah. I will sing, thanks to Libbiel's help, I'm seeing them a little injured. I'm going to cast a life boost to hopefully help them get back up.
That's for Libby?
Yep.
Okay.
And as the four of you see the quivering mound of fungus here subside, and this ominous, ghostly elf floating towards you and screaming at you all, we will stop for the week and see everyone next week for the conclusion of the battle here. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and see you next week.